A long road, but it's one he hopes will lead him back to the NFL, and we bring back Trent Dilfer here. You recently spent time with Tim Tebow. How did that come about?
Well, I think people need to understand, a couple myths. Number one, a myth that, this is an ESPN, we got to get Tebow out there thing. About a month ago, Tim reached out to me, and he said, hey, I've done a lot of work. I kind of knew the work he was doing. And he said, hey, I think I've made real changes, but I trust you to come down and give me an objective evaluation of what you see, as harsh as you want to make it. Because Tim, although you might turn on to another ESPN network right now and see him as an analyst, still has a dream of playing quarterback in the National Football League. I went down to USC and evaluated him to see if that dream is actually a reality.
Every day I push myself to the limit. Every day I'm going to find the most out of every day. I'm going to work. I'm going to strive.
You have to throw it earlier and stay compact. That's where you have to take something off of it. Yep. Perfect. Good.
I've been able to understand over the course of the last 4 or 5 months what it means to have mechanics, what it means to have footwork, what it means to be able to control your body.
All right, 3-step slant, off coverage. I want it out right now. Right now.
Stay flat with these. That's all I'll tell you, okay? Set.
Now, that's why your ball on this side had the tendency to do that.
Yeah.
These, finish with some energy. There we go. Good. Nice, Tim. Oh, down just a hair. Boy, it came off good, though.
The process of rebuilding Tim Tebow's throwing mechanics started on the USC campus with performance analysts Tom House and Adam Dado.
I've never had somebody this strong.
Timing, sequencing, mechanics.
House knows QBs. Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Joe Flacco, and more have passed through his facility. But Tebow was a different project.
The Bradys and the Breeses are showing up to get 1% better. I conservatively was looking at 20 to 25% better with Tim.
I remember looking at Tom and saying, we got some work to do, because I'm seeing a lot of mechanical issues, a lot of timing issues.
There had to have been some really hard days where 99.9% of people would have tapped out. And you just must love football more than you love what football brings you to keep doing that. Is that fair?
Well, there's no question about that. There are a lot of times when you're just being honest about it that it can get tiring. It can get a little frustrating, and you have to find that place inside of you that wants it.
To watch day in and day out the motivation involved, not just for this day or next week, but for every stinking moment of every day that they're here, it's a pretty strong motivational muscle, and that's what I saw with Tim.
Would you put at the top as much as you've ever seen?
Yeah, he's up there for me with a guy named Nolan Ryan. That's in the same sentence, two different sports, the same motivational muscle.
For somebody that's tightening everything up, this little flick of the wrist route, this, check downs, runaways, options, those are going to be the ones, just quick, boom, throwing darts. You can beat them with the ball. Now, good. Same speed, now locate it right here. Zone. Good. Nice little two right there. Everything was perfect. Start throwing it as you're going there. Don't get there, then throw it. One movement. There we go. Perfect.
Nice.
Boom. Why keep this NFL dream alive when so many people out there say you shouldn't?
Because I love it. And when you love something and you're passionate about something, you want to go after it. No matter what my outcome is, it's okay, because I'm not going to have to turn around and live with regrets of saying, man, I wish I would have trained harder. I wish I would have pushed myself. I wish I would have done more. Because every day I push myself to the limit.
It's fascinating to watch. You said yesterday, Trent, Tebow came out of college not knowing how to throw the ball properly. He played for Urban Meyer for 4 years. How did Urban Meyer not teach him to throw the ball properly?
Well, it's not his job. His job is to win football games at the University of Florida at the time. His job is to get Tim Tebow to play as well as he possibly can within the framework of the system that he's in at the time. And that system, at the time, was so far advanced with the zone read, the quarterback-driven runs, that you didn't have to be a great passer. And by the way, only football geeks will understand this. The whole zone read, quarterback-driven run game entered into football because coaches said, if I have this offense, I don't have to have a great quarterback. I can have a guy who can run around and kind of throw. And that's what Tim Tebow was at the University of Florida.
No one along the way said, wait a minute, we got to change things with you, Tim? That never happened?
Well, I think it happened. We had that discussion, and I think he mentioned frustration. I think it was good enough. I mean, a lot of people out there now, you're doing your job just being good enough.
True.
He didn't have to be great at throwing because he was pretty successful doing what he was doing. It was when he came to the NFL and finally it hit him. And it wasn't the criticism. It was he started playing the positions like, oh, my goodness, you do have to throw people open. You do have to change speeds. You do have to change trajectories. You do have to. It's a very complex job, especially passing-wise, and I have to do it. But to his credit, he's done it. Now, what I don't want people to make this is a mechanics discussion. Two things. I didn't coach Tim Tebow. I went to evaluate him. Tom House and Adam Dado coached him. The second thing is this is more than mechanics. There's windows of trainability in your lifetime. Neurological, muscle, and skill. They went all the way back to the neurological for Tim Tebow. 100,000 reps. 10 hours a day, 5 straight months, only taking Wednesdays off. Not 100,000 throws. Reps to retrain the way his body responds. So now, the Tim Tebow you used to see is not there anymore as a thrower. The ball is different. Now, I'm not saying he can play, go in a Super Bowl. I'm saying that I sat on a football field with him for an hour, 100 throws, and I challenged him as I would challenge a pro day on crack, so to speak, working a quarterback out. And the ball, when the ball came off his hands and went to the target, looked like an NFL quarterback, looked like a good NFL quarterback. And if you don't believe me, all I do my whole 365 days out of the year is watch quarterbacks throw. High school, college, pro. I did it for 14 years. Wasn't very good at it, but I did it. I know a little bit about throwing football.
Yes, no, does he ever start as an NFL quarterback?
If you can handle the circus that is inevitably going to come with him, he deserves a shot on an NFL roster. I think he'll eventually find his way on the field if he gets it.
Fascinating stuff. All right, great job, Trent Dilfer. Thanks for joining us.